Borders are closing, the clock is ticking. Air New Zealand shuts up shop in London and time is running out for New Zealanders to get home as the government now restricts public gatherings indoors to 100 in a bid to curb the spread of Covid-19. The Countdown supermarket chain rations high-demand grocery items and a $600 million aviation bailout. As we go to air, a special Covid-19 cabinet meeting is underway at Parliament. The Prime Minister, Health Minister and Education Minister are all attending that meeting and were unavailable to be interviewed on Checkpoint this evening. It comes as the Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, confirmed new cases at a press conference this afternoon.
I'm confirming 8 new cases of Covid-19 in New Zealand today, bringing the total number of cases to 28. As with the cases confirmed yesterday, these new cases all relate to overseas travel. That's an important point because it means that at the moment we still don't have any evidence of wider community transmission in New Zealand.
Covid-19 cases are now present across all the main centres and the wider country.
Of the 8 new cases, 2 are in Southland, 2 in Taranaki, 1 in Rotorua, 2 are in Auckland and 1 in Northland. Details for each of the cases, including flight information where relevant. Now, the flight information may not be relevant if the person arrived back in the country and was asymptomatic for more than 48 hours after they flew. But if there is flight information that is relevant, that will be on the Ministry of Health's website with other information as soon as possible.
And Mr Bloomfield says public health officials are working to trace possibly thousands of close contacts.
We are obviously alert to all these new cases and particularly identifying any close contacts so we can isolate them, and we are expecting more given the rapidly evolving situation overseas and the number of people who have either returned to New Zealand if they are Kiwis or who have come in from other countries from some of those hot spots, in particular Europe.
He says none of the new cases are from school students and the 150 tests of Dunedin's Logan Park High School are negative. The remainder will be processed and details will be released tomorrow. Dr Ashley Bloomfield says a recent paper from the UK's Imperial College has changed New Zealand's approach to Covid-19.
It's a group that's been very influential in supporting the UK response. That was very critical in our response over the last few days to inform our shift from flattening the curve to the series of smaller curves, because what they were able to do was identify what measures you need to take to not just flatten the curve but to keep any outbreaks at a level that your health system can still cope with, and that's the position we want New Zealand to.
Dr Ashley Bloomfield says New Zealand is in this for the long haul as a vaccine isn't expected for at least 18 months. He says the country can't remain in lockdown for a year, so there will need to be long-term mitigations.